Now the tropical update, always at 37 minutes past the hour on Weather Tracker TV.
All right, welcome back everybody. Let's go and get you caught up on the tropics on this Back to Work Monday. The tropics are trying to heat up. Of course, we've gone most of the season with absolutely nothing going on. And that is a light way to put it, right? I mean, we just have not had anything happening here whatsoever. But again, our next named storms, Danielle and potentially even Earl, may be on the way again very soon. This is what I'm talking about. So just as we kind of look at the global perspective here, first of all, we've got several areas of interest highlighting here from the National Hurricane Center down in Miami. We're going to talk about this one that's moving through the Caribbean Sea, potentially into the Gulf as we go over the next couple of days. The data is kind of so-so on that one. And then this will become a named storm. This most likely will become a hurricane, but the exact track on this is going to be a bit of a question. We're also going to talk about that system with basically no potential out in the middle of the Atlantic, and there's also another wave coming off the coast of Africa. We'll be tracking carefully as we go over the next several days. But let's go and zoom in here, number one, right into the Caribbean Sea, and we continue with an area of disturbed weather. This is a secondary area. Of course, we were talking last week about an area of disturbed weather here. Similar to that, it is going to be moving through the Caribbean Sea. It's going to cross the Yucatan, and as it comes out over here towards the Bay of Campeche, we're going to see what happens with it. Right now, most of the data, I can tell you right now, most of the data is not doing anything with this whatsoever, but there is one model. This is the American model that tries to develop a little something. I'm just going to roll this in motion here. Just watch carefully. This is looking for an area blue. That would be tropical force winds. And again, you can see as it does begin to move out here into the Bay of Campeche, there it is. It's not impossible that we get a tropical depression or maybe even a tropical storm to form. Like I mentioned, 90% of the data does nothing with that system whatsoever. If it were to form into a tropical storm, the general path would be into far northeastern Mexico, potentially the Rio Grande Valley of far southern Texas. But right now, even if it were to form, it looks pretty minimal. And the big question on that one, if it were to form, we're going to watch it carefully. As we all know, things that move out into the Gulf this time of year, when the waters are warm, sometimes they can energize fairly quickly. So again, all eyes on that one. But right now, in the grand scheme of things, even the National Hurricane Center keeping the probabilities fairly low. Now, on the flip side of things, this one here is going to energize. Right now, all we have is an area of disturbed weather. This does not look very impressive as you look at this whatsoever. But I can tell you, as we go forward in time, as this wave continues shifting off to the east, to the west rather, and also off to the north, to the northwest, there will be a more likely opportunity of development with this. I want to also roll the model with this here as well. And so what we're looking for here on the model, again, it's only areas of blue. I've taken everything off but anything that could be tropical force winds, meaning depression, tropical storm, or hurricane, right? So if you don't see anything, you know there's nothing going on. But take a look at this here. Again, as we get out about 4 or 5 days, as this activity gets just north, you see it right there begin to form. As it gets just north there of the Windward and Leeward Islands, there it goes. It forms up, tropical storm, most likely becoming a hurricane. This is the big question. Once it gets right off the coast of Florida, what happens? This set of data takes it and curves it well to the north, keeps it away from land. There is some data out there that kind of stalls it off the coast of Florida, and there may be some questions on the exact track of that. Here's just kind of a different perspective, the future radar look. And again, you can see that eye even forming with that as well. So a lot of things we're going to be tracking. Everything is kind of off in the distance. Nothing's in the near term yet. So as is typical tropical activity, the data will continue to seesaw. More coming up.